Hoi, hoi, hoi. We're starting off hot and heavy today, my friends. Why? Because I'm showing you a card force. And whenever I show you something that's related to sleight of hand, I feel like I have to give you a warning. If you have any woman, if you have anybody that you would like to partake in coitus with anywhere near your person right now, please have them leave the vicinity. This sort of stuff dries them up. You think anyone's gonna flick their bean to this? Sir, I'm gonna run through the cards like this. I just want you to call stop anywhere you want. Sorry, ma'am. They don't recognize you under there. Go ahead and call stop. Sure, you're used to that with me around. Please remember that card. In this case, it's 2 of clubs. And guess what, my friends? In one smooth action, not only have we forced the card, but we've also controlled the card cleverly to the bottom of the deck. Now, this technique makes use of a movement known as the jog. I'm sure to most of you guys out there, this is the only time that you'll be doing anything involving a jog because you don't exercise. What a fantastic way for me to introduce the next segment where I say for you to jog on to check out my brand new book, The Art of the Squeal. It's available now in the link in the description section below, full of moves, routines, tricks, rave reviews so far, so why don't you go and check that out? Or check out the PigCake Magic Academy, where you would probably already know something like this. If you are a member and you have access to over 1,400 videos going over card stuff, coin stuff, you can get a free membership by clicking in the link below. I have to sponsor myself, but if you're a sponsor, why don't you email me? Now, you can get into this in a number of ways. The easiest way is with a swing cut. In this case, the force card is going to be the card on the bottom, and we're going to execute a swing cut to the left hand. Now, instead of just dropping the cards normally like we would, what's going to happen is that our thumb is going to contact the back of this card. So as the card is squared up, what's going to happen is that my thumb is actually going to pull that card back, and the rest of the pack, so this upper half, is going to get squared up with the deck. However, I have a nice little in-jog here. So one more time, all I'm doing is swing cutting the cards, letting my thumb contact around this point in the pleasure pit, and I'm just going to use my thumb to push that card back as the rest of the deck is squared up in the front. You could pick it up with your right hand, and it's not an issue because, again, the in-jog is being hidden by the actual hand itself. A little hot tip here as well is for you to bevel the deck. So right now I'm just going to press down with my forefinger, which is going to have a slight angle on the cards. This is going to ensure that when the cards are going to be riffled, it's going to be an even riffle as opposed to a weird clunky one. And now, because of that in-jog, what we have is an impromptu short card. So this allows you to stop each and every single time on that card, which is the original bottom card, the 9 of spades. So you have a number of ways to proceed from here as well. You could have the participant think of any card that they see. And in this case, if you riffle through fast enough, one card is going to stick out just because of the fact that it has a short card or a card that's seeming like a short card in front of it. So all I'm doing there is putting pressure with my thumb and riffling through with my fingers. I'm just going to have them think of a card that they could see inside. Now, there is a bonus here. There are 2 points in the deck where the participant is going to see a card. They're going to see a card here, and they're going to see a card here because it's the last card. You don't have any other cards rushing past this one. So technically, you could run through the deck, have the participant think of a card, and they're going to be thinking of either the 9 of spades or the 7 of clubs. So you could tell them, hey, you got a card in mind, or do you have maybe 2 cards in mind? And they're going to go, yeah, how'd you know that? And you do a little ploy popularized by Darren Brown, but created by Jerry Sadowitz, where you have them repeat the name of one of the cards over and over in their head. In this case, you tell them, hey, sir, think of your card. Say it over and over in your head, like 7 of clubs, 7 of clubs. If they react, guess what? You have their card. If they don't react, well, that was just an example. Or you could just appropriately fish for the card and have them think of one, say it over and over in their head. Go ahead. Sir, is this a sort of high black card? Would you say this is an odd card? Great. I'm getting a lot of, is this a spade? If they go no, then in this case, I know it's a 7 of clubs. If they go yes, then I know it's going to be the 9 of spades. The other thing you could do is a timing force. So in this case, you're going to have them call stop anywhere they want, and you're going to time it so that when they call stop, you're going to hit your break. This is going to be a little bit of a practice thing, but you're going to get it because if you start to see their lips move, you could just continue up the riffle and stop on your break. So while it may seem daunting, it is one of those things that just requires a little bit of practice. You just have them call stop, and you're going to be able to hit that card each and every single time. And now look at this. Because you have this in-jog, all you have to do at this point is just press down with your thumb, and you have a break. So you could very easily double undercut that break, in this case, or double undercut that card right back, and you have controlled the card and forced it. So this is a sort of all-in-one little technique where not only does it allow you to force a card, it allows you to control a card using pretty much the exact same thing that you're using to force the card. And as you can see, you have different possibilities when it comes to what the participant thinks of. You could even force them into a scenario where they're thinking of 1 of 2 cards by riffling through that last card a little bit slower. If not, you still have a wonderful psychological force where you could just have them think of a card supposedly in the deck, And you're still able not only to control it, but also to read their mind because technically it's the only card they could see. So much for so little, my friends. That's my favorite type of magic. Well, you don't have to put a lot of effort, but you get a lot in return. Some advice at the end of the video. You should check out my live streams. I live stream typically on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. You can click at the link in the description section below and leave me a voicemail that I play on the show. That's not really advice. This actually is advice. This is my Halloween costume. I'm deciding to be this guy right here that has, I don't know if you remember the signs that they have on the street where you press the button and it says, wait, wait, wait. So this is a great costume because it encourages people touching you. So they're going to be touching this spot. And if you want, you can have it near your gonads and potentially catch a charge. The thing about catching a charge is you don't want to catch it and hold it. You want to catch it and drop it. So as long as you catch it and drop it, you're going to be safe and avoid jail time. You can't, by the way, have me legally accountable if you decide to do that and get caught or see jail time. So I'm not legally binding.
I see you again, when 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 I see you again.